guys, I'm Rhoda and welcome to BOMISpirit. This is the weekly intuitive astrology reading for September 19th to the 25th. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. If you haven't been doing that, that's totally cool. But if it resonates with you to do so, then by all means, go ahead and do so. Don't forget to check out everything we have listed below, decks that I use, my website, socials, all that stuff is all right there for you. So check that out, okay? So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to go over the astrology of the week first, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull cards and do some channel messaging for you guys, okay? So this week, when I was looking at all the astrology going down, I was looking at like the week happening in three phases, like one big phase in the beginning, and then like this like little window of time in the middle, and then like moving into new moon Libra energy. So in the beginning of the week, we as far as like transits that are happening, we're entering Libra, not Leo. I'm a little tired. Just a heads up, you're getting tired, Rodin, today. It is what it is. I've been doing a lot of stuff in dream time, so just go with the flow. Anyway, we're entering Libra season on the 22nd, and I believe the 23rd is why we have notes. Yes, the 23rd. 23rd, Mercury is retrograding back into Virgo from Libra. And on the 25th on Sunday, we have the new moon in Libra at 2 degrees. This new moon is going to be, I mean, it is a Libra new moon, but with the aspects that are happening, it's all about relationships, but I'm jumping ahead. So that's what's going down. Now, as far as how this energy is going to play out, like I said, I was kind of getting it in three big phases. So the first phase is the beginning of the week, and it's really playing out some energies that we've already been experiencing, like Venus square Mars, Mercury opposing Jupiter, Sun trine Pluto. I believe there's another one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then Venus trine Uranus. More relationship stuff. This is all stuff we've been experiencing, and it kind of is making a little bit of a restless energy. And I was still getting that, like, we're getting a lot of ideas, and, we are feeling really not creative, inspired. I guess inspired. We're getting a lot of ideas at this time and wanting to act on them. But Venus square Mars, Venus square Mars can make it hard to do so. Venus square Mars makes us a little quick to get angry, frustrated. It creates that conflict between feminine and masculine energies. So that happens within relationships as well when we're dealing with Venus square Mars. I also feel like personally it can lead to a little bit of lethargy, especially depending on what you have going on in your charts, and of course going on in your own life as well. And I know I've been experiencing that. Tired. But Venus trine Uranus, though, really makes us crave the new. It makes us like really sick of the mundane and routine. So also makes it hard to stay on task. So here we have this restless energy of, I have all these ideas and I want to do this and I want to do that. And oh God, do I really have to keep doing this? Do I have to be obligated to this? I want to try something new. I'm tired of the things I've been doing. And then on top of it, there's this like restless, anxious, like tug of war energy. I don't even like going outside right now personally, because I'm recording this obviously before the week starts, right? So I'm recording this when we're still really experiencing the peak of Venus square Mars, and I can feel the tension in people around me, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Everybody's on edge. Everybody's on edge, ready to start a fight. Like I don't like it. But that's the energy we're still in the beginning of the week. But then we shift. Excuse me, I think I spit. But then we shift. And this is about like 22nd, 23rd of September. The sun actually, it's really interesting. The sun and Mercury, they switch like past each other at the same time. Like the sun moves into Libra just as Mercury moves out of Libra. So around like Virgo 29 degrees, Libra 0 degrees, they like are passing the threshold with each other, and then they like keep going. So I thought that was interesting. But when I was writing that down, I got a download about it's a flash. It's a flash of clarity. It might, for some of you, it might feel like a flash of sanity. Is also what I'm hearing. But it's a flash of clarity. And under the full moon Pisces that we've been experiencing, I know that a lot of people have been experiencing this feeling of needing to slow down. to be introspective, to take care of the self, you know, do things that make you feel good, that put you in a place where your emotions are taken care of, your body's taken care of. But we have had such mental energy that it's been hard to do that. And I think on top of it, if we like haven't been listening to those urges and desires to take care of ourselves from that Piscean energy, then we could feel like we're a little crazy and feeling a little confused. And when the sun and Mercury passed each other into Virgo and Libra, respectively, it's going to be a flash of clarity. But it's going to be a flash. It's going to be a flash. Because then we move into this new moon Libra energy. Now, here's what's interesting with the new moon Libra happening at the end of the week. And I'm going to do a live on Patreon. Wait, am I doing it this week? Yeah, actually, by the time you guys see this on YouTube, I will still have not done the live yet. So go ahead and check out Patreon if you're curious. Anyway, so the new moon in Libra is at 2 degrees. And there are 3 big things with this new moon. The new moon itself is opposing Jupiter in Aries, no less. Well, it'd have to be opposing in Aries because it's in Libra. But anyway. And then Mercury and then Venus are playing big roles. Mercury and Venus are both working with Pluto and each other, but they're both working with Pluto. They're both in Virgo at this time. They're both going to be trine Pluto. And then Venus on its own is actually opposing Neptune. So it's this interesting little bucket of really positive energies, really loving energies, especially with like Venus and Mercury working together. It makes it easier for all of us to express our feelings. Especially to people that we care a lot about or that we are closer to. A lot of confessions might be happening around this time. A lot of people might want to be showing the love around this time, whether that's you or people around you and you're on the receiving end of that. Both Pluto, I'm spitting a lot today, but with Pluto in the mix, a couple things that are going on here. With Pluto in the mix, Pluto's intensifying. Pluto is deepening. So it's deepening those feelings. It's intensifying those feelings. And especially because we have Venus in the mix and it's a new moon Libra and Jupiter's in the mix, there's also this kind of amplification around the emphasis of relationships and intimacy. So it can be a really beautiful experience for a lot of people. It can be a really intense experience for a lot of people. I do expect some major relationship shifts. Really? It was like, did I say that? Did not sound right when it came out of my mouth. Yeah. Relationship shifts this week because of all this new moon Libra energy that I'm talking about. But also in the beginning of the week, Venus is still trine Uranus in the very beginning of the week. And while it gets us excited for new things, it can also create, not volatile, that sounds negative. Could shake things up, could spice things up in relationships or even invite people into your life. And here at the end of the week, new moon Libra, we still have very similar circumstances, even if we're working with different aspects. So there's that. Now, when Pluto gets in the mix of anything, it can also bring about this very karmic-like feel, past life-like feel. But if anything, this is what I'm about to talk about is actually a download that I've been getting, words for the collective, that there's dissolving away of cords that are happening. Obviously not all cords and obviously not everybody, but enough to where it was a collective download that came for me to tell you guys. I didn't feel like it needed its own video. I just figured it would come up when it would come up. But yeah, dissolving of cords is something that's happening. So under new moon Libra, that could also be part of your experience. New moons are generally trying to have a clean slate, if you will. Just know that any relationship that started under this new moon Libra might be really intense and passionate and fast-paced in the beginning, but not to say that it won't last. Some of you might not last, some of you it will, but that intensity won't last. The intensity will be short-lived no matter how long you deal with these people or not, okay? The other thing, finances. Because there's a new moon Libra and we do have Jupiter and we also have Mercury and Venus and Pluto all in earth signs aspecting each other. Finances and money and career are definitely on the table to be under the influence of these energies. Now, how would that look? It actually would be very well aspected. I'm going to get to Neptune's role though in a second. This is why I say it's kind of a mixed bowl. But on the positive side of things, there's going to be an ease with talking to who you need to talk to to kind of get things rolling. Also, with investing or coming up with ideas to increase your income, very well aspected towards the end of the week, specifically under the new moon Libra. There are a couple of those aspects that are peaking the day after, just so you know, but I would really utilize the new moon Libra's influence, like the peak of it, if you're going to set any intentions for financial money side of things. Now, for those of you where especially you've been struggling financially, the fact that Pluto is going to come into the mix and work with Mercury and Venus in a positive way, and the new moon is also working with Jupiter, even if it is in an opposition, still very, very well aspected to try to expand your income, expand your wealth. Now, I want to talk about the oppositions, Jupiter and Neptune. With Jupiter, no matter what, Jupiter is always a positive influence. When we have a square or an opposition, I've said this many times before because this is an aspect we've been having, Mercury opposing Jupiter, but now it's just opposing the new moon. It's positive, it's great, it's expansion, but it can lead to too much, right? It can lead to too much optimism, too much confidence, having us kind of overlook some details, maybe even be a little impulsive on some things, okay? So if you're dealing with money or relationship stuff under this new moon, I would just say try not to be too impulsive. Mercury's also retrograding. Might as well try to not be too impulsive. Cross your T's, dot your I's, right? And with the opposition between Venus and Neptune, that can create illusion. It can. It can create illusion, deceit, a gullibility that can lead you to being taken advantage of. Now, that's totally free will, right? That's you practicing your own discernment. These are just potentials of things that can happen. You know, everything that I'm telling you, it is a choice. You live your life however you want to live your life, right? Regardless of what's going on astrologically. But these are just the likelihoods of things that are happening, the fertile ground, if you will, for certain circumstances to play out. Okay. But overall, it's interesting because, again, we have this shift, right? We have this like restless, like mental energy, but I'm trying to take care of myself, into this flash of clarity, almost like we feel like the light bulb gets brighter. I guess this is the best way to say it. Like the light bulb's been on, probably been on too much, right? Wearing ourselves out. But then the light bulb gets brighter and things get a little clearer for a second. And then we move into this very passionate, kind of emotional, there's still mental energy there because Mercury is still at play, but it's really going to come around relationships and money with this whole new moon energy. So there is like a big shift happening, but mental energy is going to be there for a while. Okay. Now, as far as where this is going to affect you for the week, you know, it's interesting because we have so much earth energy. So earth signs, you're probably going to be the most affected. Not saying the most is going to happen to you. Just energetically, you're probably going to feel the intensity of this week more so than other signs. Virgo, first and foremost. And then I would actually say Capricorn and then Taurus. Yeah, Capricorn and then Taurus. Oh, hey, buddy. Got a Clydester. No, don't knock my stuff over. He's been a cuddle bug today, but kind of an aggressive cuddle bug. Which actually is very Venus square Mars. Venus square Mars is very like, I'm going to aggressively love you. And some people might not respond well to that. You going to sit still? I feel like he can't. He's restless. He can't sit still. He's turning and knocking stuff over. And you can't, yeah, he's like, he can't stay still right now. Anyway, back to you guys. So yeah, earth signs, you're going to feel this one a lot. Virgos, Capricorns, and Tauruses. Air signs, you might feel this one too, but Mercury, because it's going to shift back into Virgo, and Mars is in Gemini, but it's not creating a lot of aspects this week, except in the beginning of the week. So air signs, yes, Libra, and then Gemini, and then Aquarius. But for where in your personal houses this is going to affect you, late degrees Virgo, like 25, 29 degrees Virgo. And I'd actually look at Capricorn too. Pluto's very prominent this whole week. So same, 25, 29 degrees Capricorn. Did you look at Aries? I don't know why I'm tempted to say, look, keep your eye on Aries. Because Jupiter is an amplifier this whole week, including under the new moon Libra. I don't know. Something might be going on with Aries. I can just feel it. I feel a pull. I feel a draw to look at Aries. So I'm feeling that intuitively. Do with that what you will. It would probably be 0 to 5 degrees Aries. Yeah. Where are those in my houses? It's like 4th house. Oh, 4th house and 7th house for me. I'm a Cancer rising. Of course, base this off your own chart, your own degrees and all of that. But oh wow, 4th house and 7th house for me. It's all relationships and money to some extent. But anyway, okay, so that's it. Let's go ahead and do collective reading. Move my notes out of the way. The cat's taking up all the space. Like, I don't know where to put my stuff. Guess I'll just put this right here on the floor. Oh, okay. All right. Let's do it. They're showing me the Crone from the Dreams of Gaia deck. That's interesting because Crone is a very empowered energy, and Pluto is giving us that this week. And again, especially as we build towards the end of the week, as it starts to work with Venus and Mercury, very, very empowered energy. The Crone is who she is, and doesn't conform to anybody or anything. She's done that. She's been there. She's done that. She's lived a lot. She's seen a lot. She's learned a lot. She does her own thing when she wants to do it. It's a very empowered energy. She really doesn't care about being an outlier. This is interesting. I don't know why this is coming up. She also doesn't care about being the most desired or desirable. Maybe that's something that some of us are going to have to work through. She doesn't care if she's liked. There's something about this that feels a little edgy. Like there's a little edge going on. Might as well start with Dreams of Gaia since they're showing me that card. I still don't have my recording space totally set up yet. But I've honestly been liking this. If you're wondering why I'm looking down, it's because my computer is actually down here. And I'm so used to just seeing myself head on. So that's all. Anyway, any messages or insights for the collective for this upcoming week? Any messages or insights for the collective for this upcoming week? Intention. They're saying intention. Anything that's going down this week, especially in the new moon Libra, if your intention is on joy, it's on love, it's on... Don't knock any more stuff over. What's good for all, you're more likely to have things really work out. You're gonna more likely have things work out. I feel like, especially because Jupiter is in that opposition and Neptune's in that opposition. And Pluto's in the mix too. Very karmic energy there. Yeah, if we have intentions that are a little bit more selfish, what's the right word here? Because we can be selfish without being. We can be selfish and still care about not affecting people negatively, right? But being selfish in a way where it's not that. Or being too caught up in fear, being too caught up in scarcity. There's a desperation energy that I'm feeling there. If we get really caught up in that and we start to really operate from there around this week, especially towards new moon Libra, I think there's going to be some disappointments and setbacks to be had. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It all comes down to joy. All comes down to love. And not to say that you need to be feeling joy and love 24/7. I need to do a video on that. I've been meaning to. I've been too tired. I've been in Dreamtime land, or just in heavy ass meditation. I actually was going to record yesterday and I got ready, and then instantly it was like crash. It was like, I have to lay down. And then I laid down and I passed out for 3 hours because there was stuff in Dreamtime that had to be done, experienced, whatever. So that's just where I've been at personally, just sharing. Anyway, I'm rambling. Yeah, let's move on. Oh, my point. Yeah. You don't got to be in joy all the time. You're a human being. Your emotions are going to fluctuate. That's part of also full moon Pisces, is what the point has been of full moon Pisces, is to just experience your emotions, just experience life, and don't get so attached to good experiences, bad experiences, or not wanting to feel unhappy emotions. They're just emotions. They just are what they are. you don't attach to them and just kind of let them flow without any like taking it too seriously, then they'll flow and they will process and then they'll be fine. Anyway, moving on. Any messages for the week for the collective? We keep showing the crown. Let's see if she comes back. Okay. If I always stopped moving. Any messages or insights for the collective? Almost said for the crown. Any messages or insights for the collective for the upcoming week? Feel apologies coming up. So we have the Seven of Earth in reverse. This is a very ungrounded energy. Quite literally, it's the epitome of not being grounded. Look at this card upright. It's so pretty. This card upright speaks to being zen, being rooted into the earth, being rooted and connected within the self, and being able to find that little inner sanctuary. This is the energy of I'm struggling to find inner sanctuary. Where's my little inner island? Where's my little inner sanctum, if you will? Like I said, beginning of the week, very restless. Very, very restless. I feel like grounding for a lot of people in the beginning of this upcoming week and even the week that I'm recording. So that would be the 12th to the 18th. When I've been around people, I can feel it and I can see it. It's been so hard, I think, for most people to just ground, but again, feel your stuff, but exploration. What is this? Exploration. If you haven't taken time to self-explore, to find that inner sanctuary, I really recommend attempting to do so. Even if you don't succeed the first couple times, it's okay. But make the attempt. It'll be worth it. Make the attempt. Listening. Some of you guys are having a really hard time listening. Your higher self, inner voice, your guides, whatever word you want to use, but listening, because you're having a hard time getting grounded. You're having a hard time getting into that, inner sanctuary. Having a hard time tuning out the noise. We've talked about the noise. Any messages or insights for the collective for this upcoming week? God, so many things are coming in. I'm getting avoidance. As relationships get more and more highlighted as we move through to New Moon Libra, any avoidances you've been having around current relationships you have, or just your own narrative about relationships, your own feelings about relationships, they're going to come up. I can feel it. I feel a little bit like distraction kind of going on. And that might also be why some of you, not all of you, are having a hard time. It's really inner sanctuary. They keep emphasizing that. It's not just being grounded. It's being in your inner safe place. Why you've been having a hard time going there? Because when we're in our little inner sanctuaries, we're listening. Ears are open. And we're just feeling ourselves or feeling our truth, where we're in our bodies, we are in tune, we are connected. But I can feel for some, there's avoidance that's been going on. New Moon Libra is going to really highlight that to you. They brought up confessions again. A lot of confessions to be had towards the end of the week. And even the week after is what they're saying too. Can't hold it in anymore. Oh, I feel you know what? That might be what's going on with Aries, because I feel that Jupiter is behind that too. I feel Jupiter's almost like pushing to speak the truth, pushing confession. Just say it. Even if it comes from love, right? It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It's just things you've been feeling but avoiding, or feeling and had this notion or understanding that you couldn't say what you want to say. Please leave a comment when that happens to you. I'd love to know. I'd love to know your stories, which I do read the comments, by the way. People think I don't read them. I do read them. Just because I don't say stuff all the time back doesn't mean I don't read them. Anyway, any other messages or insights for the collective? Let's see. Ooh. Interesting. So we had some card vomit happen here. And it buried only one card that came out face up. And look what card it is. The Child. Buried. This card was buried. I felt like that was such a sign, especially with everything that we were just talking about. This is the inner voice. Makes so much sense. A lot of this week is about the inner voice. Are you listening to it? Are you in tune with it? What is it saying? Are you going to allow your inner voice to vomit something out at somebody? Like that, there's something about the inner voice with this card and just this week in general that's really, really prominent. The child, it can also represent like your inner child, the inner you. It's also a curious energy, a fearless energy, an energy that's just pure joy and living in the moment. No fear, no repercussions, no hesitations, just living, just existing and finding joy in everything. But I'm seeing it as the inner voice. Like literally, I'm seeing the child as the inner voice. It's time to hear it. It's time to hear it through all the noise. Time to get connected to it. And if the inner voice wants to say something out loud, might be time for it to say something out loud. Okay, let's keep going. Any other messages or insights for the collective? Any other messages or insights for the collective? Let's see. Ooh, we got the 9 of Fire. See how his sacral, I immediately got drawn to the sacral, and he's holding a rose, which is very nice. God, the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. and it's all coming down to your inner voice. What is it you want? What is it you have joy for? What is it you have passion for? What is it that you have love for, that you want to put a lot of effort into? The 9 of Fire in this deck speaks of stamina. It speaks of, are you able to do what you want to do? Like when it comes down to brass tacks, like exert all the energy, all the investment, all the time and get it done. And are you able to do it from a place of just endless joy, endless passion? The heart is also playing a huge role here too. I just heard confessions of the heart. So a couple themes going on this week, but your inner voice is wanting you to exert a lot of energy towards something or someone, and you haven't been listening to it. I mean, that's what these cards are saying. Just haven't been listening to it. Some of you, it's work, it's a job. Some of you, it's a pet project or it's a skill set you want to learn. Some of you, it's a person. Any other messages or insights for the collective for this week? Ooh, I don't like this card. When in this position, one of my least favorite cards in this deck. Yuck. Whoa. Oh, okay. Trifecta of cards that I do not like in this deck. So we have the Counselor in reverse, which is like the Knight of Cups. And then we have the Queen of Fire in reverse. And then we have the Scribe in reverse. Both of these are really yucky. This one I don't mind too much in reverse, but these two, very yucky. The Scribe in reverse speaks of just straight up lying. Like straight up lying, deception, lack of truth, intentionally not speaking the truth. Whether that's between you and you, because like I said, there's definitely some like not listening to your own inner voice that's going on here for some of us. But it also speaks of experiencing that from other people. The Counselor in reverse, it's lack of empathy. I mean, just straight up, it's lack of empathy. It's not really being able to care about other people and what they're going through or their pain, not being able to consider other people. Both of them are very kind of like jerky energies. They're jerky cards. I also would see this as somebody who's again avoiding or being very disconnected from their heart, being very disconnected from their inner voice. Like it's not even autopilot. How would I describe this? Like really not tuning into their own soul is kind of how it feels to me. Not saying that you guys are like that. There might be some extremes out there. You might experience people who are being like this, but it's due to avoidance. Like avoiding so much to the point where they just completely avoid most aspects of themselves. Now, the Queen of Fire being right in the middle of that, Queen of Fire in reverse in this deck is a discouraged energy. It's somebody who has a wounded ego, somebody who's been kind of taken down a few pegs and humiliated, whether they needed to be or not. And And again, this could go either way for all of you, where maybe you're feeling like this, and because you're avoiding those feelings of shame, you kind of been more in this like shut down position of not owning your own inner voice, not listening to your inner voice, and also maybe not really being so compassionate towards yourself or maybe even other people. Some of you, it could be where people like this have made you feel like this. And so it's created this difficulty in getting back in touch with what your inner voice is, what your inner voice sounds like, what your inner voice wants to do, wants to say, because there is still like guilt or shame like wrapped around the wounded ego. Now, regardless of what bucket you're in, right? It's very clear the inner you, your inner voice, this child, has a lot to say. Has a lot to say, been telling you a lot for a while. You just got to tune in to hear it. You got to tune in to hear it. It's an interesting collective message. It's not how I thought it was going to go. I'm also getting, how do I say this? Emotional fatigue. Some of you, that could also be why you're experiencing this, or someone around you is experiencing the scribe, counselor, and reverse energy. Emotional fatigue, where maybe you've just felt so much for so long, you're numb, like you're tuned out. We get to that point sometimes. Again, no judgment. We're all human beings. We all experience that, I think, to some extent at some point in our lives, where we've either been through so freaking much and we're just like, I gotta check out. No, I guess it would be the only reason, wouldn't it? That's what it feels like to me. I've felt so many things. I've experienced so many things. I just need to be okay for a while. I just need to be like no ebb flow, no roller coaster, just like chill, boring for a little while, as far as like being emotionally affected by other people or surroundings. That's interesting. But yeah, I feel emotional fatigue for some of you there. But the inner child is saying a lot. The roses. I'm really drawn to the roses. Roses might be a flower that really resonates for you. The rose might be calling. Oh, I might use the rose oracle. The roses may be calling you. It is a thing. It is a thing. Roses to me as a spiritual symbol is about divine interconnectedness. How everything is connected. Everything has a cycle. And yes, it does relate to feminine energy, but it also relates to divine consciousness, is how I look at the rose personally. I also look at it as very healing. I look at it as divine love and compassion, but about that interconnectedness. We are connected to everything. Everything is connected to us, right? We are one. One is all. All is one. Some of you are, yeah, I can feel it. Some of you are being called by the rose. I'm going to go ahead and pull actually some cards from a rose oracle deck that I have. For those who are resonating with that, feeling that, I just feel like it needs to happen. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to go ahead and get into some signs. Where are we at time-wise? Okay, not bad. Trying not to disturb Clyde, because I feel like if I nudge him a little, he'll like just get restless again. Okay. And I'm going to read these ones to you guys too. Some very powerful cards. By the way, all the decks that I use are linked below. Actually, I don't know if this one's been updated. I might need to update that deck list. It's on the to-do list. Any other messages or insights for the collective regarding this spread? I'm also getting this too. Some of you might realize that you have been hurting people unintentionally. Got a couple things here. Within that bucket of those of you maybe realizing you've been hurting people unintentionally, you might come to realize that you do have, like, this is part of your shadow, part of your darkness, your dark side, however you want to call it, where you can shut off the caring of that. Some of you, these circumstances might be that, maybe you were trying to create distance, and whether you did it right or wrong is not my place to say. But in doing so, maybe the other person did not react so well or felt hurt. Some of you, I think, have learned, and this is part of your shadow, your darkness, like I said, where you can shut off the caring to make it easier for you. maybe something to reflect on. Again, not saying it's bad, good, wrong, right, whatever, just something that's coming through. I need to stop for a second. I'm getting a mirroring now. A lot of messages coming in for this week. And again, use your own discernment with what messages are for you. But they're literally showing me like a person like looking in the mirror. Whether you're really seeing yourself for the first time or not, that's definitely a group of you going down this week. Yeah, really seeing yourself for the first time. Others of you, I think you're getting synchronicities about twins. And when I say twins, I'm not talking about twin flame. I'm talking about the synchronicity of twins, like, seeing twin kids out and about, or I don't know, seeing synchronicities of mirroring or what have you, whether you're watching a show or you understand what I'm saying. It's like, or seeing the word twins everywhere, like as a synchronicity, that's something that's coming up. I feel like that's really for those of you who are understanding yourself more, having that self-exploration, like I was talking about in the beginning, that's very, very needed here. Some of you, it's just about embracing your shadow, your darkness, all that is you. Some of you, it's about getting to the root of your inner voice. So, okay, glad I got that out. Moving on. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? Thought I heard something. So the card that just came out, the Sacred Union, literally. Beloved within inner and outer relationships. I don't know if that doesn't sound like mirroring and merging into one. I don't know. I don't know what does. The Sacred Union, such a beautiful card, right? Let's see if any other ones want to come out. They're reminding me of the cords that are dissolving. For some of you where you're experiencing cords dissolving, you're going to feel very different. You're going to feel like suddenly your energy field is clearer or lighter. You're going to feel like there's not as much pressure, whether that's just like mental pressure or I feel anxiety. I actually like heart palpitations, like emotional pressure. You're just going to feel like something is alleviated and you're not going to be sure what it is, but it's going to feel like a deep shift. So it's going to feel a little strange. It may even be a little disorienting. Certain people that like you have these cords with might suddenly just fall out of your awareness or like out of your consciousness, like they never existed. Or you just might see less and less and less of them. Okay. If you spend time in meditation or you spend time like trying to get into an inner sanctuary, which doesn't have to be via meditation. I've said this to people that I've had sessions with. Meditation is great, but it's not the only tool. And also there's so many different ways to meditate. Like if meditation doesn't work for you, just try what feels right. Just try what feels natural and try not to force it. Just surrender and fall into it. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Come to me, attracting like attracting like a rose, receive abundance desires. Why do I feel like this is just pulling opportunities and people your way? Look at the mirroring hummingbirds. You see that? The mirroring is big for this week for some of you. This feels like you're pulling an opportunity and pulling people in. That's totally what this feels like to me. When you slow down. Slow down a little. It's okay to slow down. Especially towards like the beginning of the week. It's okay to slow down. Give yourself that permission. You might be surprised at what you find, what you feel, what you hear. Yeah, slow down. Any other messages or insights for the collective for this week? Let's see. Ooh, it's a lot. Am I taking all of these? Okay, so I'm taking all of these. We got a little stack here, but I'm not going to read all 5 of these. That's a lot of reading to be doing. Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning, and teaching. I feel like that's the quiet energy, that full moon Pisces energy, that, hey, take some time out, go to your inner sanctuary. Practically mirrors the first card that we got out. Yeah. Inner sanctuary time. Okay. The bud. Potential, promise, it's about to happen. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. This week is still a week of opportunities with Venus trine Uranus in the very beginning. And then towards the end, as we have Jupiter also aspecting the new moon, definitely a week of opportunities. A lot around relationships, though, like a lot of like opportunities that might come your way this week are not going to be solo opportunities. They're going to have another person wrapped up in it, whether they're just offering it to you, or it requires some sort of learning or obligation, or, you know, romantic or otherwise. But just know that. But this to me feels like almost like Ace of Pentacles. That's what that feels like to me. And the child within. Can't even make this shit up. The child within. Inner mother, innocence, gentleness, tenderness. This definitely feels like an energy of being held, being supported, but I can feel it's the inner voice. I can feel it. It's the inner voice, which is the inner you. You could even say it is the inner child, but it's the part of you that can never change, no matter the kind of shit that happens to you. It's the part of you that has some sort of passion, some sort of joy or curiosity about this life always, whether you listen to it or not. It's the part of you that gets excited for life. Yeah, the part of it gets excited for life. Also, for a lot of you, this is directly correlating to skills that you have, whether you have taken the time to nurture them or suppress them, whatever boat you're in, right? Yeah. Some of you really got to move past some shame around this inner voice / natural skill set. And probably because you were criticized a lot, or people shamed you, or wasn't part of the norm, or again, whatever the reason, you're not hearing it. You're not listening to it. You're not giving it space. It's time to give it space. Okay. On the bottom, we have, oh, the rose garden. Innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. I love the forgiveness there too, because I do feel like that's coming in with the new moon Libra, with all of this like Mercurial Venus, like confession, like energy. And a bird has joined us. I'm sure you can hear him. He's really close too. Clyde's getting a little intrigued. Hope he doesn't try to go after the bird. Anyway, and there's a lot of tension in the beginning of the week from Venus square Mars, especially with this too that we were talking about before. The lack of empathy, the lack of truth, the not being honest, the holding back truth, or even being lying or deceptive. There's a lot to be accepted and let go of and forgiven for, and vice versa, right? To hand out forgiveness. But I want to read these two. I think these are probably the most prominent ones for you guys. Okay. And then we'll move into signs. Okay. Sacred union. Relationships are how we grow. They cradle and stretch us through connection and division, love and hurt, compassion and separation. They invite us to return again and again to the most important relationship we'll ever have, the one with ourself. The sacred union that's been waiting within. Ancient mystery teachings whisper secrets of sacred unions. Eros Gamos, sacred marriage. In early Christian mysticism and Kabbalah, sexual alchemy in ancient Egyptian teachings, and Yabyum, father-mother in Tibetan Buddhism. We're familiar with mystic couples such as Isis and Osiris, but we each have the sacred masculine and feminine within. And sacred union through external relationship is always an invitation to deepen the union within. Every relationship can be seen as invitation to deepen connection with the beloved within, even our most challenging relationships, especially the most challenging relationships. The sacred union isn't just between you and another, it's returning to yourself. And when we return to ourselves, we also return to humanity as a whole. Maybe you're being invited to grow through relationships. Perhaps you feel like you're being tested or stretched, or find yourself longing for something external. This is an invitation to deepen the connection within, to embrace yourself fully and treat yourself like the most precious person on the planet. The more embraced you feel, the easier it is to embrace others. How can you embrace yourself more? Love that. How can you listen to your inner voice more? All right. Come to me. Have you ever noticed how in summer, when the roses are at their fullest and their scent is hanging in the air, bees and other pollinators suddenly appear? Pollination happens when pollen from one plant mixes with pollen from another or is transferred from the stigma of one flower to the stigma of another. Roses don't go running all over the place, reaching and grabbing. Rather, they rely on the bees to come to them. The rose is never reaching for the bee. It's never grasping or overstretching. It embraces what it is fully and allows life to come to it. It receives it fully. It doesn't open and close according to who walks by. It opens and blooms regardless. This card is about receiving abundance, rose style. It's an invitation to receive the sweetness of your life, to embrace the magnificence of who you are, and also to open yourself up to the possibility of receiving what you yearn for deeply, to be clear on what you desire, to trust that all that's meant for you wants to come to you, to state your desires out loud and let your yearnings be known, to ask for what you desire. Very new moon Libra, for this new moon Libra. Don't reach or grasp, don't strive, control, or manipulate. That will leave you exhausted, parched, and brittle. This card delivers the message that true, sustainable abundance is coming. Connect with your sensual, true nature. Be unashamed of what you desire, and when it comes, relish each minute. Ooh. Wow. Okay. So that is the collective message. I think I'll leave these out here when we go into the signs. So just a little information before we go ahead and dive into this portion. I do base the astrology off of the rising signs. Now, I base that off of the whole sign system because I can't look at individual degree points for every single one of you. That'd be very hard to do. So you need to look at your own charts when it comes to that. I personally use both when I'm looking at my own chart. I look at my whole house system and I look at the degrees. I also look at my progressive chart. I look at a bunch of different things, but I take them all into account. So do what you will with the information that comes through from the astrology portion. And if you don't know your rising sign, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't listen to it for your sign. There could be something in there for you. You never know. Especially if you're like a stellium Capricorn, but you don't know what your rising is. I probably watch the Capricorn astrology portion because there probably is going to be something going down there, you know? Or something that comes up for you. And you guys know how I am. I'm also a channeler. So I do get channel messages no matter what I'm talking about. So tune in. Tune in either way. I'm also going to do cards as well for the signs too. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum, like 1 or 2 cards. But, you know how that goes too. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Actually, I think this week is going to be really good for Scorpios. But Cancer, you're actually calling me first. All right, so we're gonna go with Cancer. Let's see. Cancer, Leo. Like, why can't I think right now? Cancer, because I'm tired. Oh yeah, 3rd house. Okay. And so then Capricorn's your 7th house. Now again, this is off the whole sign system. Adjust the degrees and all of that for yourself. Because for me, I know I'm a Cancer rising, but I know it's hitting my 4th and 7th house. But going by the whole house system, this is like 3rd house, 7th house. Okay. So again, decide as you will. That is. Cancer. First of all, I'm like reading the astrology while I'm getting channel messages, so I'm trying to like decipher on like what to tell you first. So first of all, I feel a lot of heart energy, like heart chakra energy. It feels heavy. I feel like you're going through a little bit of a cleaning. I feel like there's emotions that are getting stirred up in you that have been there for a while. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It just is. It just is. It just feels really intense. I feel like you're doing like a lot of reflecting and accounting of your life. Like, I don't mean like a few years. I mean like random childhood memories, like stuff like that is like coming to the forefront. And then I feel like at the same time, it's almost like you're a Gemini because you're doing that. And then a part of you is like very mental in the future. Yeah, it's very Gemini. It's very Gemini. It's like a part of you, and this I feel like is also like your masculine, feminine, you could say, not saying it is, but you could say that, because it's like your logical mind is trying really hard to look forward and trying to figure things out. But I feel like you're getting frustrated. And then a very introspective, emotional, I feel like even psychic part of you is very much in the past. And you're doing some recollecting. And in the present, this is so weird. And in the present, I just feel so much heart energy and so much emotion. Just take it day by day, Cancer. I actually also want to say, try to bring that forward mental energy more present. Try to like bring it back. I feel like it's stressing you out. I feel like it's adding unnecessary stress. I feel like there's so much going on here. I also wouldn't be surprised if you're having anxiety, like panic attacks. I feel a little bit like that, like a panic attack energy. Some of you, if you are getting overwhelmed, I think you're going to go into hiding mode really soon, like into your crab shell. Because I feel that there is this pull. It's a pull. Not necessarily a desire, but you're drawn. You're drawn to be around people right now, to talk to people, to network, to bounce ideas off of people. Like you're drawn to do that. Your heart is asking you to do that. But then stuff from your past and this heavy feeling in the heart space too is like, it's a little avoidant. So you got a lot going on here, Cancer. You're kind of a Gemini right now. I don't know if your progressive moon is in Gemini, if you're a Cancer moon, or you have Gemini placements. The Mars is also pre-shadow retrograde in Gemini, but I can feel it. You're torn in different directions. And I think a lot of you have this awareness to try to center it, and you're trying, but I think right now you just got to feel. Right now, you just got to feel and find the joy that where you can every day. And I was saying this earlier, we can't be joyful all the time. That's not having a human experience. So, try to fluctuate with try to move with these fluctuations, but don't make yourself so crazy about future thinking, especially because it's so much in the mind. I feel like the answers and clarity will come to you if you just retreat to your inner sanctuary, to your inner voice. Because I feel like this is not your inner voice. This is like have to, programming, need to. This is, figure out. It's not grounded, it's not rooted, and it's definitely not your inner voice. Your inner voice is here. And it's almost like your inner voice is crawling to the surface through some like dense emotions, and it's stirring things up. And I think on some level, this is where your anxiety is coming from, because your inner voice is getting louder, which means it's also getting harder to ignore if you've been ignoring it. Staying up here is ignoring your inner voice. And since it's getting louder, you're trying to get louder up here. It's not going to work. So retreat. I would say Cancer's retreat. Okay. All right. Wow. That was a lot. Let's go ahead and pull. Oh, should we do animals? Okay, we're going to have a lot of fun today. We're going to do an animal card and we'll do a tarot card. So, Cancers. Can I get a card for my Cancers for this week, please? Can I get a card for my Cancers, please? Sorry, this is coming up too. Maybe I should also put this in the collective part. But for looking at the signs, it wouldn't hurt to look at Libra, early degrees, 0 to 5 degrees Libra. For a lot of you, that might be the same house as late degrees Virgo, because it's right there. Like where the Sun and Mercury make the shift, a lot of you, it's going to be the same house. Okay, anyway, moving on. Can I get a card for Cancer, please? Let's see. Oh, Cancer, retreat. You have the lizard. When the lizard comes out, it is overstimulated, especially empathically. It's like empathy overload. Look how lit up this lizard is. It's like he's being electrocuted. It's kind of like how it looks like to me. That anxiety and panic energy that you're feeling, I definitely feel like it's everything that I've been talking about. But some of you, you might be naturally empathic. Also being a Cancer kind of leans towards that. But You could be taking on other stuff in your environment too, but this is telling me you're overloaded, you're overstimulated, or you're stressed out and you need to calm down. You need to retreat. You need to be in your inner sanctuary. Okay? Overstimulated. I'm also getting the monkey mind, reptile brain. Like, don't put so much stock in this right now. It's just gonna make you crazy and make you more stressed out. Okay? Do things that calm you. Maybe that's swimming. Maybe that's painting. You see all my paints back there. Maybe it's painting. Maybe it's people watching. Maybe it's having a really yummy warm drink that has no caffeine because that'll make you more uppity, and just watching a really chill movie. Maybe it's just listening to anxiety relief music. Whatever it is, it's chill mode for you. Okay. And definitely towards the beginning of the week, as we get more towards New Moon Libra, I think you're going to feel differently. But that's what I'm getting for you, Cancers. Okay. All right, let's get a tarot card out. We're going to use the Runic Tarot. Can I get a card for my Cancers? You see his little head right there? Down in this corner. Can I get a card for Cancers, please, for this week? Sorry, Cancers is coming in too. Don't shoot the messenger. Might be getting a lot of dream-based activity with some people from your past. I feel like you're going to be very annoyed. I think some of you are going to be annoyed. Some of you guys are going to be sad. Some of you guys are going to not sure what to feel. Like, really, that person? They're saying it's part of this Pluto energy for you, because Capricorn is your 1-7, naturally speaking. Yeah, dream time experiences with that. So you're going to have telepathy with people from your past. I definitely feel like there's going to be romantic people, like people you've had romantic exchanges with. I don't know, I want to say it that way. Okay. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, King of Pentacles in reverse. Again, a very ungrounded energy. King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm actually hearing scramble. This is an energy of kind of scrambling financially, or like feeling like you just don't have shit together. It could also be very controlling energy. Somebody also getting a little bit of a short temper, whether this is you or people around you. I feel like it's a little bit of both, to be honest. This might be part of the mirroring message that came up earlier. I feel like for you, Cancers, you are overwhelmed. Like, you are. You're stressed out, you're overwhelmed, you're overstimulated. And some of you are trying so hard to focus on future up here that it's putting you in a place of feeling out of control in your physical environment because you're not listening to your voice and you're having a hard time getting grounded. But some of you may be dealing with an energy like this. Some of you are absorbing energy from somebody who's in this energy, who's in that place. It just feels very out of control to me. Somebody who's frustrated, somebody who feels out of control, and somebody who doesn't feel very steady on their feet, and somebody who's worried and scared. That's what that feels like to me. So take it as it resonates. But either way, Cancer, I'd say retreat. That's my recommendation. Okay. That was Cancer. Who's next? Are we going to do all water first? Yes, we are. Scorpio or Pisces? Scorpio. All right, Scorps. Let's see. So Scorpio, right? So Virgo would be 11th house? Yeah. I'm going to double check myself. And then we have Capricorn, which would be, wait, Scorpio, Sag. Oh, 3rd house. Is that right? Guessing myself. No, yeah, that's right. 3rd house. Okay. Oh. Oh, Scorpio. You're going to be busy. That's what this looks like to me. This looks like busy bee. You're feeling pretty ballsy this week. I feel like you're feeling like better at persuasion than you normally do, better at convincing people than you normally do. You're having a really easy time doing what comes naturally to you. Like the whole analytical part of a Scorpio, you're having a much easier time with it than you naturally do. So it's like that part of you is really, really on point. And I feel like you're really utilizing that with all of your communications and how you're getting through to people. It feels like you're getting through to people. And on the flip side of that, I also feel I feel a hopeful, fun energy too when it comes to being social. I just feel like you're interacting with a lot of people this week. New Moon Libra might also be giving you some clarity and insight and some assistance in changing your behaviors around that, changing the way you think about how you interact with people and how you work with people. I feel like this is like a collaborative sort of vibe, but there's fun to be had. There's fun to be had. You might actually meet somebody at this time too, Scorpio. That could be a potential romantic interest. I'm feeling that too. If you do, they're going to be in your community, like your immediate community, your immediate neighborhood. Or even online. There's something about it that feels very close, like they're physically local, or you have a lot of access to them through the internet. And I feel like there's other people involved. Like you know similar people, or you go to the same environments. Like if you meet them at the gym, right? Or grocery store. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's like there's other people on the fringe. Like it's not this like very private situation. Interesting. But yeah, I can feel it. There's definitely some patterns changing for you. And that's helping you to be more open to these kinds of opportunities with people and to be able to speak with people in a way where you can be more convincing and persuasive without having a little bit of a pushy energy. Like that's what it's feeling like to me. Some of you are going to feel like you have some grand idea that just comes and hits you out of nowhere. I would listen to that. I would definitely listen to that. Hey, you. I know it's almost dinner time. What else are my Scorpios? What else? What else? What else? I would still refrain on being too impulsive with this idea. Like, get the idea and sit with it. Don't ignore it. But I want to say, don't act fast. Like, I feel like you're being very busy and social, and that's great. Don't act so fast on it. There might be some other pieces coming into the fold here. I also feel the same with this potential person that some of you might be meeting. This is not for all Scorpios, but some of you might be meeting a new romantic interest, and they're really emphasizing romantic interest. I would enjoy it. I wouldn't go balls to the wall with it because there's a lot of passion this week too, and with Neptune being opposing Venus, that could throw some illusion at play too. So enjoy it and have fun. Yeah, don't be too impulsive. Okay. All right, Scorpios. Can I get a card for my Scorpios, please, for this week? Ooh, Scorpio. Yeah, butterfly. Beautiful. Butterfly is a transformative energy. It's feeling new. And that's what I was getting. It's like there's something about you that's changed with your patterns or habits about how you communicate with people, how you deal with like social settings and what have you. But like I'm just feeling like a brand spanking new energy. There's something about you that feels really fresh, refreshed even. And it's very attractive. It's very captivating. Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's really, really, really good. You're also doing the Scorpio thing and you're being a catalyst in your own right. I'm also feeling that too. I feel like you're kicking off like opportunities and ideas, and I feel like you're also catalyzing, activating people. You're a change agent right now, and it's being done in the most beautiful way. Nice. Okay. Can I get a tarot card for my Scorpios? Can I get a tarot card for my Scorpios, please? For this week. Oh, What did I say, Scorpios? Oh, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Some of you might be meeting two individuals. It's funny because it does feel like a team effort. And that's what I was getting with you, where it's like, even if there's like one person in the focal point, there's fringe people either involved or aware of what's going on. Like, it's not a very like intimate, private circumstance you're finding yourself in this week with other individuals. If this is one person for you, it is like, it's Clyde, stop it. It's somebody who is ready to come in, show up. They're true to their word. They have a lot of integrity, and they're also very like open. Like, they don't hide shit. Like, this is somebody who's not hiding anything. This is somebody who's actually ready to serve, ready to be present, ready to show up and do a job or perform or make an offer of some kind. So whether this is coming through as like business, like you have some grand idea, or it is a romantic opportunity, definitely some stand up individual showing themselves to you here. I also feel like this is your own energy too, as you're coming out with this new, clean, fresh energy. Again, you're feeling ballsy. You're feeling really ballsy this week. You're feeling like you can kind of just take on the world and you can convince people to do it with you. And I feel like that's what it is. You're inspiring this energy. You're bringing this energy out in people, and it's drawing people like this to you. So awesome, Scorpios. You got a nice week ahead for you. All right. Pisces. My fishies. All right. So you have 7th house energy too. Ooh, Venus in the 7th house. Ooh, what a week to have Venus in the 7th house. Wowza. All right, and then let's see. Where would that be for Capricorn? Is that 11th house? That feels right. Hold on. No, yeah, that's right. Okay. Pisces, you're in for an interesting week too. I definitely feel the creative flow with you. I definitely feel a lot of creative flow. You might even get some really cool financial opportunities coming your way. Just tread lightly. In fact, it's funny because Scorpio is doing the convincing. You're being convinced is how it feels to me. I feel like you got a lot of people who are very interested in you right now. They're drawn to you for whatever reason or another. I do feel like you're being presented opportunities that will help you significantly financially and possibly even in your romantic life. But I feel almost bombarded. I feel a little bit like, wait a minute. What's your intention? What's your intention? What's going on? What's going on over here? I do feel also there might be an easy tendency to misjudge yourself. To misjudge what you're capable of, what you can actually obligate yourself to, commit to and follow through on in your own right, because I can feel the excitement with the opportunities that are being presented to you and the people that are presenting themselves to you. But I feel a little overwhelmed. I feel a little confused, and I feel overcommitting happening. I can feel that. So when these offers or people come your way, I would just take a minute. Take it slow. You don't got to say yes right away. Find out what these people are about. Find out what these opportunities are about. I really feel a lot of financial with you. Feeling financial with you. Having some sort of creative flow will also help you kind of pace yourself with this too, no matter what your creative thing is. It could be anything: cooking, drawing, painting, writing, I don't know, making clothes, whatever it is. It could be anything. But that's really going to help you this week. Yeah, I keep feeling finances. Finances. For those of you who are in relationships, it's going to be real good this week. It's going to be real good this week. Enjoy it. It's going to feel ooey gooey, gushy. So enjoy it this week, okay? All right. Let's get a card for you. Let me get a card for Pisces for the week. Let me get a card for Pisces for the week. Everything's sticking to me. I knew it was going to be the Panther. I knew it. Should have called it. So Pisces, you guys got the Panther, which I'm a little surprised about. I guess it makes sense because I was feeling a little bombarded. Panther comes out for a couple of reasons. It comes out when we're ready for a catharsis, when we're ready for a release, but it also comes out when we're feeling a little bit pushed into a corner. Sorry, I just got hi, buddy. Got a couple other things. Hold on, let me just move him. I'm sorry, Bubs. You can't stay right there. You can't stay right there. I know you're probably bored, but I'm sorry. I got to finish this. So I'm getting all kinds of reasons why the Panther is coming out. This Panther, for some of you, it's the feeling of being bombarded. It's the feeling of being overwhelmed, and you're wanting to take some action to feel a little bit more in control, to sort of deal with the situation at hand. Some of you, it's going to be a little triggering for you with some of your own insecurities that you have about, like, am I capable? Can I follow through? All of that stuff. So there's that. I was also feeling a sexual aggression, which I was kind of surprised by. A little bit of a sexual aggression, which I don't think is a bad thing. Obviously, each person's different. But not with the way I'm feeling it. Not with the way I'm feeling it. Excuse me. There's a sign up for what you want happening here. An expression of your feelings. An expression of your desire. I can feel it. It's like just letting it out, but not in a bad way. It's just very raw. It's very raw. That's the better way to say it. It's very raw. It's very, very primal. Some people might be throwing this energy your way because they're trying to convince you of certain things and they're being very aggressive with you. If that's the case, then like I said, tell them to take a minute. Be like, time out. Go away. I'm going to think about it. Get away from me. But yeah, I feel that you're exuding this energy and you're on the receiving end of this energy as well. So something to be mindful of. If this is going down in the bedroom, I think you're in for some good times. Just saying. Just being honest. I think you're in for some good times if this is happening in the bedroom. But yeah, with Pluto, with the energy of Pluto, I feel Pluto behind this a lot. If people are coming at you like this, you have the capability of dealing with it, of putting boundaries in place, of saying, I don't got to say yes or no to you right away, exuding your own power, okay? You are capable of doing that. But overall, it just feels like an expression of your needs, your wants, and it just feels very vocal. All right. Can I get a card for Pisces? Can I get a card for Pisces? Am I taking all of these? This is a lot. They said yes. Wow. Holy crap. So we have the Hanged Man, your card, the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Here you are being a Panther. Look at you, Knight of Swords. That's total Panther energy. And look at that. Ten of Swords, Ace of Cups with the Hanged Man. So that Hanged Man energy really tells me that you've been in a place where you've kind of been minding your own business. Been minding your own business. Maybe things have been a little stagnant, but you've really been self-reflecting. You've really been doing your own thing here. And in relation to the Ace of Cups, no less, you've been reflecting on your own emotions, your own soul growth, what it is you actually want, right? What it is you actually want, your true emotions, and unleash the Panther here with the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. You're putting an end to the things that get in the way of that by being very vocal on what it is you want, on what it is you want, on what it is you need. Now, if you're in this mode of minding your own business and people start poking the Panther, you're going to very quickly tell them to stop. Very quickly. Honestly, the Knight of Swords and Ten of Swords, this is not gentle. Like I said, it feels aggressive. But again, I don't think that's a bad thing. I really don't, because you're only getting into this energy to make a point or to set boundaries and push people off, because you've been in a place where you've been really respecting yourself. You've been really respecting your emotions. You've really been respecting what it is you want and need in this world for your own soul. And anybody who threatens that, doesn't respect that, infringes upon that, they're getting this energy. This is harsh. Okay. This is the harsh, harsh energy. Wow. Yeah. And like I said, some people might come at you with this energy, but you're just not having it. You're not having it. It's a very interesting week ahead for my Pisceans. So you might have an altercation. Be interesting to watch that go down. Okay, moving on. All right, so those were the water signs. Well, let me just move all these out of the way. Starting to take up a lot of space. Oh. Okay. Whew. All right. Fire, earth, or air? Fire, earth, air. Fire, earth, air. It's between earth and air. Earth or air? Earth, earth, air. Air. We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Oh, Aquarius. Okay. All right. Hi, Aquas. Alrighty. So let's see. Would that be 8th house? Wait a minute. Yes, 8th house. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. 8th house, and then 10th house. Yes. Ooh. Oh. Oh my. Okay. Aqua. Are you a Scorpio this week? There's a lot of Plutonian energy with you. First of all, Pluto's going through your 10th house. And in their 8th house, you got Venus, and you got the sun, and you got Mercury. It's very, very, very Scorpionic. I am getting big transformation here. I feel like you, very similar to Pisces, you've kind of been in a bubble. You've been reflecting. You've been kind of withdrawing a little bit, whether you've been doing shadow work or not. But I also feel like you've been getting really acquainted with your own dark side, if you will, your own impulses, your own desires, even the ones you maybe have been ashamed about. You've been learning to embrace them, learning that there is fun to be had, like going into those parts of you. And I like it. It feels really good. It feels really sensual. It feels really sensual. You might have, I'll be honest, you might have sex on the brain. You might be a little extra horny this week, just being honest with you. But also very powerful at the same time. It's like, yeah, Aquas, you've been discovering that there are some parts to your nature that you've seen as dark or shadowy or things to be ashamed of that really can empower you, that there's more personal power to be found in those aspects of yourself by giving into those things and not being ashamed of it, letting it fuel you, letting it empower you. Wow, very strong. And through that, there's been a change happening, a transformation happening. I wouldn't be surprised if we get the death card or a tower moment or something like that. I just got a little bit of devilish energy. Some of you guys, this could be also understanding why you've had certain vices or addictions and working through the addiction part of it and learning to be able to embrace the desirable, joyful part of it without it being unhealthy. Wow. Okay. This is really shifting where you're going. Aquas, I also feel like there's a big chunk of you. You've been on a big transformative path in the last couple of years, is how it feels to me. I want to say like 18, 20 months. That just literally came to me. The last 18, 20 months has been very transformative for you in this arena. And yeah, it's just continuing the process of where you're going. Okay. All right. Let's get a card for my Aquas. I hope we don't lose sunlight before I finish these. Can I get a card for my Aquas, please? Let's see. Oh, oh, the otter. Sorry, it's like one of my absolute favorite cards in this deck. The otter. Oh, that's the best. This is like 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups lovers. This is just total unconditional love. Getting some inner child vibes off of this too for you, Aquas. This is just being in your heart space, man. Like being completely in your heart space, being vulnerable. There's like such a sweetness about this. I love this. I love this so much. And I feel like you're finding this by, again, embracing those parts of you that you were ashamed of or see as dark or shadowy, and like really just indulging in it and really facing your addictions and why addictions or vices are even a thing, right? It's like the way I look at addictions and vices, I feel like they become, and this is just speaking from my own personal experience of my own addictions, that addictions become addictions because we are searching. We're searching for that sort of void or that missing piece, the thing that we can't put a finger on. Some people call it God. And I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I definitely think that that can be a part of it, where we don't feel that sense of home or that sense of love. We're not connected to that. We haven't experienced that. So we're constantly trying to chase it. Some people, I think, look at addiction and vices as also avoidance as well, or even like a numbing sort of a mechanism. No matter how we look at it, some of you have really been dealing with that. And you're able to move into this much more loving space within yourself. And it's making you feel more powerful, but you're being more powerful and being more vulnerable. Oh, it's so cool. I love that for you. I love it. For some of you, Aquas, there could be a person in the mix of this, whether they inspired you, they've been a part of your path, or somebody who could be meeting you on this point of your journey as you're moving deeper into love, meeting somebody who is that deep into love as well. Can I get a card for otters? Can I get a card for Aquas, please? Can I get a card for Aquas? Nice. I got the Page of Pentacles. The pages are about new endeavors. It's a new idea, or it's a new path, or it's a new thing. It's a new thing coming to the sphere. And with the Page of Pentacles, it can be new investments, new studies, new hobbies, new ways of looking at money, but it's new. It's new. It also is the friend card. It's also the friendship card. So for some of you, like I said, there could be a friend on this path. I'm really feeling that really strongly for you guys, to be honest. What else is going on for you? I really feel strong friendship. I feel strong allyship with you at this shift point for you or wherever you're headed. And it feels really nice. It feels really sweet, honestly. It feels really, really, really sweet. But I also feel like there's just a new way of looking at money, new ways of looking at the material world and your own sense of security. Thank you, this is also coming through. The way you have cared about money has changed. You look at it differently. Your motivations and intentions around it are different now. Okay. All right. Good for you, Aquas. All right. Who's next? Gemini or Libra? Gemini, you're begging. You're begging for it. Okay, Jimmy Gems. Let's see. Where would... Excuse me. Well, 8th house. Whoa, Pluto in the 8th house. Okay. Where would Virgo be? If you're... God, I can't even think right now. Sag is 7th. Scorpio is 6th. So 4th house. Hi, Geminis. Oh, Gemmy Gems. This is going to run real deep. Okay. So, first of all, Pluto in the 8th house. While Pluto is helping us to feel really empowered and have a deep understanding of things, even when it's in the 8th house, which is a malefic house, it has this tendency to bring things to the surface. Now, kind of similar to, what did we just do? Aqua. Kind of similar to Aqua, there is a part of your darkness that is helping you to feel more powerful here. But I also feel like there's old shit being drug up. dragged up. That's a proper way to say that, being dragged up. And I can feel it in my stomach with you, like the solar plexus. I can also, actually the three, heart, solar, sacral is where I'm actually really feeling this for you. And the fact that Venus and Mercury and the Sun will be moving through your fourth house, that's domestic life. That's how we feel at home. That's how we emotionally take care of ourselves. That also speaks of family. There's going to be some stuff there that I feel like you're going to want. You're going to start to admit that you want in your own home environment, what you would want out of a family situation, how you feel emotionally secure, things that you realize you need. But with Pluto digging stuff up from the 8th house, there's definitely going to be some reflection there on how those things have been missing in your life and why they've been missing. And there might be some conversations that need to be had. There might be some crying going on, which is totally okay. So yes, it's empowering and it's bringing you more emotional security. But through having some very like sobering moments about how those things have been lacking for you and why they've been lacking for you. It's making me a little sad. It's a little somber. It's a little somber. Something's getting boosted. What is this? You also may get some opportunities when it comes to work, which is why it might also be reflecting on like how you feel at home. Something's happening with work. There's something being boosted at work, whether it's like your emotions are being amplified at work, like something is getting a little bit more intense, or the work itself is expanding and growing and you're getting opportunities there. There's something growing at work is what I want to say. Something's growing. Something's going at work. It's either an emotional thing that's growing at work or it's a very like physical. Oh, Clydester. Hairball. Sorry. Always makes me a little nauseous. Something's going at work for you, Geminis. Okay, so let's go and pull a card for you. You okay, Bubby? You okay? Seems okay. All right. Can I get a card for Geminis for the week? The dragon, literally the solar plexus card. And I was feeling that solar plexus energy with you. There's confidence to be gained here for you, Geminis, like I said, and feelings of empowerment, feelings of strength. But by having a clear understanding of what you want, how to get it, and how it's been lacking, why it's been lacking. And it feels very emotional. Feels very emotional. So you guys are going to be going through a bit of a solar plexus cleaning. I'm actually seeing cords. Well, this just came in really quickly. For some of you, as the sun is shining through and I'm talking about this, I'm seeing cords in the solar plexus that are dissolving. And as that happens, like some of this emotion might come up to be released because the cords are being released. This is definitely tied. Some of you is definitely tied to generational, ancestral issues, wounds, cords, what have you. Some of you, that's definitely the case. Some of you, it's past life stuff, but your solar plexus is getting cleaned out. It's getting healthier. It's getting more balanced. And while that's happening, you're able to have a clearer sight into what emotional security is for you, into what a comfortable, safe domestic life is for you. All the while, stuff is going on at work that's expanding, whether that's your emotional investment in it or something's happening and it's making your emotions kind of go a little haywire, or there's some sort of opportunities that are coming through to expand your work. Okay. Now, coming back to the dragon here. So if you really resonate with dragons, if you do, I would really try to tune in with your own dragons. But the dragon is a solar plexus, and it's being able to see through the veil. It's being able to see through things, and your ability to see is really amplified this week. Okay, you just might not like what you see, is all. Oh, all right. Can I get a card for Gemini, please? Can I get a card for Gemini? Let me get a card for Gemini. Three of Wands. Like I said, you're able to have a clear understanding of what can provide you emotional security and all of that. And it is something that's ahead of you. It is something to look at. It's something that's very optimistic. But all that water, I just keep getting reflection. I just keep getting reflection, reflection, reflection. So heading to cool places here, Gemini. I also don't see a lot of action yet, like physical action. This to me is more perceptual. Which is why it's coming out as a Three of Wands. It's like you're seeing the path before you can walk the path, right? Okay, Jimmy Gems. All right. Libras, where are you? You are. So Libra. So we have 12th house energy. Ooh. Ooh. 12th house energy. And where Capricorn be? So first, second for Scorpio, third for Sag, fourth for Capricorn. Okay. Is that right? Why am I questioning myself? I'm like not sure. Something funky is happening here. Anyway, okay. No, that's right. That's right. Okay, Libra. Sorry. I got real sucked in there. All right, Libras, 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 Libras. 12th house and 4th house. You're cleaning house too. Similar to Gemini. Especially with Venus and Mercury being there. I feel like you have an opportunity to really break away from some strong karmic patterning is how it's feeling for me, for you. Strong karmic patterning that you've experienced through relationships, especially with the 4th house being highlighted through family. I actually feel like the way you feel about your domestic life and family is actually strengthening because you're having this clarity of being able to move away from certain patternings that have really not made you very happy. Yeah, this feels like a lot of reflecting on relationships, a lot, and even romantically, but I just feel very heavy family component with you. Your previous romantic relationships or current romantic relationships could be showing you the way here. Also, there's a component here of understanding what you need out of relationships. I think that's been a theme with you actually in recent past. It's also going to help you understand the kind of home you need, the kind of home that works best for you, what home actually is for you. Also, emotional security. Yeah, very similar to Gemini. Very similar. Except I feel like with Gemini, it's a lot of like solo work. Gemini, I feel like it's a lot of reflecting. And with you, Libra, I feel like it's actually very active within people around you, like people in your immediate environment, your home environment, your friends, your romantic relationships. There's a lot of like, I feel like people in your energy field or people you're having telepathy with or that you're actually physically talking to that's helping you to work this out. You might actually fix some relationships too, like apologies being given. Yeah, I feel a lot of apologies with you. Okay, let's go for it. Can I get a card for Libra, please? I get a card for my Libras. I don't know, I feel like water with you. I like, first I thought the shark was going to come out. Then I saw a dolphin and I'm like, is a whale coming? It's like, those are all water animals. We'll see what comes out for you though. Oh, the owl. Actually represents the moon. Moon is pretty watery, but it is an air card here with the owl. Owl is psychic intuition. It's feminine wisdom. In this deck, it also speaks of a reward is coming, a gift is coming, out of a situation that might be a little unknown or might be a little murky here. But this is intuitive understanding. Yeah, this is intuitive understanding. I was just wondering if anything else was coming in here for my Libras. That feminine energy, I just feel strong mother, very strong maternal energy here. I think it's really just at the forefront of all of this for you. Maternal, feminine, mother energy might be at the core of some of the karmic patterning you're working through here. I also feel a identifying with feminine energy that's shifting. Like the way you identify with it, the way you see it within yourselves and externally is changing. Yeah, it's changing because your karmic patterns are changing when it comes to relationships. So you're getting much more in tune with yourself, getting much more in tune with your own psychic awareness and intuition, and that's helping you here because it means you're also getting in tune with your own emotions and what it is you actually feel. Wow. Okay. Can I get a card for Libra? No, I don't want to lose the light. Can I get a card for Libra? Oh. Oh. Libra, you are on it. Look, you got the owl, you got the high priestess. Like the owl is essentially the high priestess. You got moon energy here, you got psychic awareness, you've got owl energy, you've got intuition, you've got divine feminine energy. This is very etherical, very psychic, someone who's very in tune with themselves, very in tune with spirit. And I feel like it's all because your relationship with the feminine is shifting. Your inner feminine, feminines that you see outside of yourself, even how you see females, your relationship with females is changing. This is also very, very, very deep, like meditative state as well that I'm getting. Wow. You are also unveiling the unknown. And I feel like this is internal. So thank you. Self-exploration. You're peeling back layers of self-exploration, peeling back layers of yourself through, if that's how you want to say it, through self-exploration. Parts of you that have been really hidden away for a long time. Wow. Watch your dreams, Libra. Watch your dreams for sure. Wow. All right, so we're halfway through. Let's see, fire or earth? Fire or earth? Fire or earth? Earth. We're going to do earth. All right, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. We're going to do Taurus first. All right. All right, so Taurus. All right, Taurus. I don't want to mess up. Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Okay, that's kind of what I thought it was, but okay. And then Capricorn, I think that's the 9th house, right? 5th is Virgo. Okay, well, 7th is Scorpio. Yeah, that's the 9th house. Okay. Oh, let's looky here. Oh, Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, it seems like you're going to have some opportunities where people are going to be looking up to you, seeking your counsel. I see some fun dating times. Have fun with that for my single Taurians. But yeah, I see fun dating, people looking up to you. I feel like there's also more comfort that you're experiencing with the path that you're on right now. I feel like you've had some challenging moments in the last year, Taurus. I feel like a lot of the earth signs have, and you're feeling much more comfortable in it, much more confident in it. There's also, that's interesting. I'm also getting a little bit of an excitement to explore the unknown. I'm getting like an excitement with you. That's very cool. Okay. Yeah, this looks like good times ahead for my Taurians. All right, let's go ahead and pull some cards. I get a card for Taurus, please. Look at you, Firefly. Firefly comes out when we are inspired or we get like just like sudden juice. Like suddenly we feel like alive. We have a lot of vitality for some reason. We got a lot of like physical energy or even mental energy. And that's how this feels. It's like you have an excitement about you and I feel like you're having fun. It's like you feel like you have the energy to go out and be around people, to be doing things. And I also keep getting that people are looking up to you. That might be very captivated by your energy right now and very captivated by your light. It's very nice. Don't be surprised if people are teaching you some things too in the process. I feel a little bit of like you're hanging out with somebody, and even if they look up to you, they just say something or do something, and it gives you a light bulb moment. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. All right. Can I get a card for Taurus, please? For the week. Oh, yeah, lots of cards. Ooh, whoa. Oh, excuse me. So we have the Page of Swords, Two of Cups, Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Here's what's interesting. That Nine of Swords is going away. And I say it's going away because you have the Page of Swords right here. This Page of Swords and the Two of Cups, like I said, you might be talking to somebody and they just like, whatever they say or do, it just gives you a light bulb moment, or it just gives you an idea, or gets you to see something you couldn't see before. And it's getting you to see what you couldn't see before about this Nine of Swords around the Ten of Cups. Any worries or concerns that you've been having around feeling happy, feeling content, being able to live the life that makes you happy and fulfilled, they're going to go away by having these conversations with this person or these people. Very interesting. And again, I also feel a lot of potential with dating here. So if you are dating, or you are single, or you are playing the field, what have you, I think you're going to come across some people that are really going to help you to see your own life very differently, even if they're the ones looking up to you. Very cool, Taurus. Very cool. All right. All right. Capricorn or Virgo? Let's go with Virgo. All right. So we got first house. And then Cappy, where are you? Pisces is 7th. So Aqua is 6th. So 5th house? Is that right? Yeah. I won't lie. There's been a couple of times where I made a mistake on these in previous videos, and I realized after the fact, and I'm like, oh, darn it. But hey, channel messages are channel messages. So it's hard too when you're doing it out of order and like trying to get it all right. Human making human mistakes. Okay. Virgos, looks like you're going to have a really good week too. I actually feel like there's a lot of joy, like even just in solo time. I just feel like you're having this like feeling of bliss. You're having this feeling of just like, life is good. Life is really good. I feel like you're also being very creative too, like spending time in your garden or cooking, like just really enjoying the simple things in life. You got a simple bliss kind of happening here. But if you do venture out, if you decide to kind of go out into the world or just mingle with people, go out and have fun, be social or date, I do think you're going to be surprised at the influence you can have on people, at how powerful you feel being around people right now. So kind of similar to Taurus, except you're really okay solo right now. Like you're very content being solo right now because it's so blissful. It's so peaceful. Anything else for my Virgos? Yeah, it's funny because I actually feel like while you can feel very powerful and very confident when you're out and about with people and realize you actually can have influence over them, I think in your really intimate relationships, like people that you are living with, or, you know, partners, spouses, business partners, even family, arguably, might actually make you feel a little uneasy. So it's this weird thing of being totally solo in your bubble, super happy, super content. Leave me alone. I'm a high on life right now. And you go out and mingle and meet people, it almost gives you like a high. Like you feel really good, you feel really confident, like, and it just, you feel a little bit like a star. Like that's kind of how it feels. Like you feel like hot shit. You feel like the hottest person in the room. Like, so that's kind of how it feels. But then you get around people that you know really well or who know you really well. And there's something about those kinds of relationships. I'm actually hearing obligation and pressure is what I'm hearing. Obligation and pressure that makes you feel really like icky, makes you feel kind of ungrounded, makes you kind of like unsure of yourself, and it makes you want to go and retreat and be alone again and be in bliss. So it's very interesting how that's coming through. I'm going to pull a card for you. I get a card for my Virgos for the week. How's my camera doing? Uh-oh. Camera battery doesn't look very happy. Oh, Eagle. Oh, that's a cool card to get. Eagle is actually a karmic card. Eagle, in this deck specifically, in this deck, Eagle represents like the karmic wheel in a way when you're about to get on or off the karmic wheel, like something big is happening. But Eagle medicine is about sight. It's about wisdom. It's about having the ability to look at the bigger picture and know how to move about in the world is what Eagle comes out. This is very Saturnian. I'm getting big Saturn vibes here. Big Saturn vibes. And it feels like it's about the alone time is how it feels to me. Can you seize the opportunity? That's what I just heard. Ooh, Virgos. Can you seize the opportunity? Can you? While being alone is great and it's great to feel the blissfulness of it and it is really good for recovery, can you also take advantage of the opportunities when they come up in your reality? And I'm feeling that with like being around people, like meeting new people. Can you take advantage of it? Can you? I don't know. It's a question. Do you want to? I'm actually hearing I think some of you don't really want to. At least that's how it feels. Can I get a card for my Virgos? Oh, King of Wands, Leo energy. Can you do it, Virgo? Can you seize the moment? That's intense looking, isn't it? King of Wands always seizes the moment. They don't hesitate. They don't hesitate to start shit. They don't hesitate to get in the mix of things. They don't hesitate to say something. They never hold back. They never hold back. I mean, unless it's smart to, right? Having the wisdom of eagle to hold back. But yeah, can you recognize when an opportunity is presenting itself and act on it? Or are you just going to keep like hanging out in your bubble, which is totally fine. Again, free will choice. But the power that I'm feeling from you, the confidence that I'm feeling from you, the attention I'm feeling with you going out and meeting people or dating or being social, like in a fun context, there's some opportunity there. There's some opportunity there. And basically these cards are saying, are you ready? Are you ready to take advantage of it? Are you ready to step into that role? You ready? You ready? Get ready. Get ready, Virgos. Okay. All right, Capricorns. Alrighty, so first of all, we have first house of Pluto. Jesus. Actually, that feels really good though. Almost feels a little bit like a rebirth. I mean, Cappies, you've been waiting for something like that for a while. It feels like coming up from underwater is what it feels like to me, like getting that first breath of water. You've been underwater for too long. Virgo, where would Virgo be for you? All right, so Cap rising, Aqua second, Pisces third. So is that ninth house? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Cappies. Couple things. I'm feeling a little bit of a rebirth energy with you. Like I said, almost like you're coming out from under the water and you're being able to take in breath and air again, and like the body just relaxes and tension releases. I'm definitely feeling that for you. Some of you might have a little bit of an adventure coming up, or adventure towards the end of the week that might surprise you. It's going to facilitate expansion. It's going to facilitate growth for sure. You might meet a lot of people in like a course setting. If you're taking like a class or a course, you might meet some people that might be very influential or important on your path. Romantic or otherwise, but it feels more like teaching. It feels more like to learn from, to collaborate with, to grow with, right? That could be friends or what have you, but potential romantic interest in there as well. Don't take things at face value. This is, I don't know why that just came out of nowhere. Don't take things at face value. Some people like to talk a lot. Some people like to talk the talk and then disappear. If that, you know, just keep in mind that could potentially happen. So don't buy into anything that people are just immediately saying to you or giving to you. Have a discerning eye with that. I don't know why that needs to be said, but it needs to be said. Some of you might have some travel coming up too. If you are traveling, like between now and I don't know, the next like week and a half, some really cool surprises for you. Really cool surprises for you. Okay. All right, let's go and pull a card. Nobody talks to me. Can I get a card for my Capricorns? Oh, there it is. There it is, the vulture. Very scorpionic. It's basically death magic is what I call it. It's death magic. It's the magic of death, decomposition, and renewal, refreshed, right? What does the vulture do? The vulture is literally the garbage disposal of the ecosystem. It's actually a really important animal. Excuse me. Eats the dead and decaying things to leave a clean plate or clean slate, so to speak. And I was feeling that with you. Like there is this like rebirth energy coming out for that breath of air after being in the dark depths of water for way too long, about to lose your breath. And then, you know, you have that relaxed feeling washes over you. The release washes over you, and it feels amazing. Yeah, definitely feels like rebirth for my Capricorns. Like I said, travel is very well aspected. Putting yourself in positions to go like take classes or lectures, seminars, retreats, very well aspected for you. Yeah. It's like, it's this feeling of like very, very, very slowly things are more okay, and they're more okay, and they're more okay, and they're more okay is how it's feeling. Like day by day, like you take a little bit of like feeling okay back is how it's feeling. Feels like my Cappies have been in a tough place. Can I get a card for my Capricorns, please? I just saw the death card. Watch the death card come out for you guys. You got 2. Wow. What a juxtaposition. We have the King of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. That fire really stands out for me for you. So first of all, I want to address this King of Cups. This is where I feel like you're having this rebirth. It's very emotional. It's very emotional. It's the King of Cups. I look at the King of Cups as, it's not just a mastery of emotions, right? Because that's definitely part of it, but it's something that's unshakable. It's a connection you have with your emotions, with your soul that is unshakable. This is something that you are adopting. You have been adopting. You've been growing into. You've been evolving into. I want to say it's been a long process for you. And this whole week of the vulture, getting a breath of fresh air after being underwater, it's just part of that process, right? The 4 of Pentacles, that fire is screaming at me for you. I don't know if you lost something or something just got destroyed, but that's how it feels for me. Like something you've been holding on to for dear life, or you've been trying to use as a life preserver, whether it's physical or not, because it could be just an emotional thing or some sort of thought form. But there's something you've been gripping super tightly to that you're finally letting go of. It's been a security blanket for you. Again, whether it is like physical, financial, or it's something emotional, or it's a relationship, or it's a house, or it's a thought form, whatever it is, it's been a security blanket for you. And letting it go is allowing you to adopt this lesson and fully evolve into this King of Cups, immovable emotional connection to the self. Some of you, this is also saying that there's like a heart chakra opening that's been happening as well, that you've been very guarded in some way emotionally, and you're letting that fall away here. Wow. So growth in store for my Capricorns. It's getting real dark here. It's funny because the camera and everything looks like there's a lot of light, but it's like the sun is basically down. Fire signs, last but not least. Let's see if we can get those before the camera dies. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. We're going to do Leo. Okay. Leo. So, ooh, second house. Okay. I'm liking it. I'm definitely feeling finances and people. Finances came up first, though. And then Capricorn. That's got to be sixth house. Oh, wow. Okay. So, Leo, a lot of your financial life is in the forefront here. Okay. Financial life, your day-to-day, how you live your life. I'm feeling just like the structure container of what your life is. You know, what is your house environment like? Where are you waking up every day? What is your body doing every day? Are you working out every day? What are you eating every day? How is your work like? Like literally the day-to-day routine and the foundation it sits on. Like that's what I'm feeling for you. And I'm feeling like finances are a big component in this for you. I just heard insecurity. I don't know if you've been feeling financially insecure or there's just been a general feeling of not being grounded, not feeling safe happening with you. It feels a little bit like Uranus has probably been rocking you a bit. Where would Uranus be for you? Can't even think about that right now. Cancer 12. Oh, that'd be your 10th house. Oh, no wonder. No wonder. Uranus has been shaking up your 10th house. That would make anybody feel a little insecure. Okay. You might have been having a lot of changes with work, or again, this container of your life, what it looks like, what it needs to look like, what has needed to change over time to have it feel more solid to hold you and to hold all the things you want to experience in your day-to-day life. I feel like you've had a lot of struggle trying to focus on long term because it feels like in the present it feels very shaky. Excuse me. Yeah, it feels very shaky. You might have some people that are helping you with this as well, like within the financial sector of things, but this really feels like a solo experience that you've been struggling with and trying to find your footing with. But I do see for some of you, people are going to be involved in this as well, whether they're helping you with your routines or health or finances, like I said. Okay. Some of you, I think, have also been very slowly like altering the container of your life, like baby step to baby step to baby step, trying to really get a very deep understanding of what it is you really need to feel solid and secure as the world shakes down. That's how, thank you. That's exactly what it is. As we get more of this crazy Uranus Taurus energy going, and Saturn is square Uranus, which is also just going to peak in early October. You've been under this energy for a while. We all have been for the last couple of years, but it really has shaken the world up, right? And true grounding, true like long-term stability can withstand shakes like that. And I think the last couple of years have shown you that maybe your foundation of your life is not as steady and secure as you thought it was, so that you feel safe. And that's what you're working on here. And this week is a part of that. If you've been struggling financially this week, especially towards the end, like New Moon Libra, great time to try to get into other financial investments of any kind. Okay. I'm losing my voice. Been on here for a while. Can I get a card for Leo? Hummingbird. Oh, yes. Air energy coming in with hummingbird. Hummingbird is an inspired energy. I also get hummingbird as like a timing energy, is how I look at it. Like, can you be in the present and can you be in the now? This also speaks of getting a lot of ideas, like I said, being very inspired. Sometimes it also speaks of a very, very fast paced energy, but I like this. This feels like a ray of sunshine coming in here to help you, to uplift you, to get you the ideas you need to have in order to really get into this really grounded, steady state for the container of your life. I just heard surprise. Surprise. Why do I feel like this is a surprise visitor? Surprise. Let's see what the surprise is. Can I get a card for Leo, please? Oh, surprise. I feel like we're looking at your 10th house. Literally, I feel like we're looking at your 10th house here. 10 of Pentacles. This is the ultimate feeling of security in the long term, stability in the long term, your long-term path, career, health, wealth, investments, household, family, all of that stuff. It should just say 10th house on it, honestly. Yeah, like I said, I feel like this is a week where you're getting more ideas to fully secure yourself in that way that you've been struggling with in recent past. Okay. 2 more. It's a lot of talking. Okay. Aries or Sag? Aries. Sag, you almost caught me there. All right, so Aries got 6th house energy. This might be very similar to Leo. And then Capricorn. Oh, duh, 10th. Udder. Okay. I know, buddy, almost. It's like, feed me. Okay, anyway, sorry. Okay. Aries. So something similar to Leo that's going on with you. Leo's been working on like cleaning up their foundation, getting their foundation just right. And I feel like that's happening for you, but I actually feel like you're more about clearing out debts, clearing out losses, balancing out the bill, if you will. And I definitely feel this with relationships too. Almost like reconciling checks and balances of what's gone down in your relationships, who's responsible, who's not, who needs to apologize, who's not, and letting go of some things there. And it's definitely affecting your path. It's very interesting, actually. What else is going on here? Finances are big for you too. Finances are really big for you too, especially if you have had some debt. You've had some debt or some tax issues, it's time to clean house. And this is going to be a good week to do it, especially more towards the end. Really good week to do it. You're going to feel so much better that like you've taken care of it. Even if you just like list all your debt and then get a loan to pay it off, it's like at least all of those other things are taken care of. You just have like this one payment. You see what I'm saying? It's like cleaning it up a little bit is going to make you feel really good. It's going to make you feel less stressed out. What else? You're feeling much more secure in the material plane this week too. Dealing with earthly matters. I feel like if anything comes up that's emotional or spiritual, it might make you feel a little uncomfortable. It might make you feel kind of confused. It might make you feel a little overwhelmed. So if that happens, just take some time out to rebalance yourself, ground yourself, or maybe get back into the physical plane. I always recommend people like really stay in tune with themselves and their feelings, their own intuition, because it's always really helpful. But I do feel like it's actually adding confusion to you. Like I actually feel like you have a lot of clarity right now on how to handle things in your life. It's just a matter of doing them. And so I think being thrown off track like that could not be a great thing for you. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. All right. Let's get a card. Let me get a card for Aries for the week. I really feel the whole karmic energy. It's so interesting, like karmic debts. Let's balance the books. Oh, wow. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. The frog and the tarantula. The frog is literally cleaning. It's emotional cleansing, but it's clearing out. And then tarantula is kind of like a crossroads energy. It's being tugged on. It's like a tug of war. And I don't feel like you're at a crossroads necessarily. It feels more to me like the cords thing that was coming up earlier, this is definitely a collective message, but like getting tugged on by these cords and it's holding you back. So wrapping up some karmic shit when it comes to relationships or your own patterns and letting those cords dissolve, having emotional releases where they need to be, apologizing, closure, whatever is going to liberate you and help you to feel more comfortable, less stressed, and more clear on what it is you need to do. I don't feel like it's being at a crossroads for you. I literally can feel like cords are pulling on you and you got to get rid of the cords. You got to get rid of the chains so you can be your free moving agent. Like that's literally how it feels for me, for you. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get a card. Can I get a card for Aries? I hear you, Bubby. Almost done. Let's see here. You got 2. Wow. Wow. Ace of Pentacles to the 2 of Pentacles. It's literally making the next steps. Being a free agent to make the next steps necessary. That's what you're aiming for this week, and that's what you're preparing for this week. I do feel, too, when you have the ace and the 2, that there could be other people involved in there, like 1 + 1 = 2. There's another Ace of Pentacles involved in this somewhere in the midst. But yeah, I feel like for you, it's really getting away from karmic patternings, getting away from anything that's been holding you back, like debt, literal karmic debt, and cords that have been holding you back, cords that you have between you and other people, so you can be a free moving agent and you can do what you got to do, what you want to do. Okay. All right. Last but not least, Saggy. I know, Clyde. I know. Okay. All right. So where would Virgo be? 10th house. Yeah, that looks right. And then Capricorn is 2nd house. Yes. Getting so dark I can barely see. Actually, what would happen if I put this on? Ooh, it's not bad, actually. You know what? I'm going to keep it. It's kind of nice. Okay. Sagittarius. God, money for you too. So it seems like for fire signs, it's all about money. Money, career, and path. And the path ahead for my fire signs. Now, Saggy, you're also definitely meeting people that are going to help shape your path. But I also feel like falling back into your skills, your creative spark, really, really beneficial. Lean back into that. I want to say don't get too caught up in schemes. Don't get too caught up in impulsive ideas. Like lean back into what feels good. Lean back into what it comes naturally to you. And I think you're going to be really surprised at what comes out if you take the time to do that. And like I said, you might be meeting people as well that will help you kind of expand on that on your path here. Okay. Yeah. I'm hearing intrigue. There's intrigue around money and finances for you. It's been on your mind. I want to say probably not as much as like Leo's. I feel like Leo's took the cake on that. That felt really intense. But it's been on your mind. And again, it's this temptation. It's this temptation to get caught up in schemes or ideas to bring in more money or solidify income in some way. But I really am getting the strong message: lean into your skills, lean into passions, lean into joy, and the money will work itself out and the money will come. I feel like it's going to be a natural progression. If you get caught up in schemes or ideas, like the intention won't really be there. And it's like, I just feel like it's going to like fall apart or something about it won't be sustainable is how it's feeling to me. Okay. Let's get a card for Saggy. If you guys are in a relationship and you've been in a relationship for a while, I wouldn't be surprised if you move in. Just saying. Wouldn't be surprised if you move in or there's some kind of leveling up in a relationship that happens there that will directly impact your finances. Can I get a card for Saggy? You got 2. Ooh. Yeah. See, what did I say? Lean into the passion. We got Tiger and Gazelle, both fire energies. Gazelle is like a 3 of Wands. It's a waiting energy. It's like I'm going to sit here and let stuff come to me. I'm going to sit here and watch and observe. But with the Tiger being there, the Tiger is like spiritual awareness, and it also represents awakening, but it is also passion. It is also your innate sacral skill set, passion, joy, what drives you. It's definitely that too. Some of you might be going through a little bit of a spiritual awakening just because the tiger, the white tiger especially, truly represents that. I'm also noticing the juxtaposition of white and orange. Very, very sacral related energy for you. Lean into your passion, lean into your joy, lean into your creativity. It's going to expand you internally, like spiritually, and it's going to open doors for you. If you go into a mental state of trying to push an idea, trying to get rich quick, that sort of deal, it's not going to work out. I really feel that very strongly. I wouldn't say it if I didn't feel that strongly about it. And it might take a while for an opportunity to show itself as you're in this vibe, but it's going to be so worth it. It's going to be so worth it, and it's going to be a natural progression. Okay? Okay. All right. We did it. All 12 signs. It only took over 2 hours to do the whole video. But by the time I edit and everything, it might be shorter. Probably not by much, but it should be shorter. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you really enjoyed that. I hope you guys have a really, really good week. Take care, and I will see you guys very soon. Okay? Bye, guys.